I had always dreamed of my wedding day. Ever since I was a little girl growing up in suburban California, I imagined a day filled with love, laughter, and memories to last a lifetime. The thought of walking down the aisle surrounded by family, friends, and the people who meant the most to me always filled me with joy and excitement. My fiancé, Rashid, and I had been together for 5 years, and our relationship had been steady and strong. We shared countless memories, late-night conversations, and dreams for the future. We had promised each other that when the time came, our wedding would be unforgettable. We had chosen our wedding date months in advance, August 20th. Everything had been meticulously planned: the venue, the catering, the decorations, the guest list, even the seating arrangements. Every single detail mattered. I spent hours browsing Pinterest boards, wedding blogs, and YouTube videos to get inspiration. I had envisioned my wedding dress, the floral arrangements, and even the playlist for our first dance. Every morning, I woke up thinking about the smiles on our family's faces and the overwhelming joy of finally uniting my life with Rashid's. My best friend, Sarah, had been a part of every step of the planning process. We had grown up together in the same neighborhood in Los Angeles, sharing secrets, heartbreaks, laughter, and dreams. She had always been by my side, and I trusted her more than anyone. But over the years, I started noticing small hints of competitiveness in her personality. She loved seeing me happy, but sometimes I felt her happiness was tied to being in control or at the center of attention. I brushed it off, telling myself that she meant well. 2 weeks before the wedding, I was finalizing the guest list and confirming the details with vendors. Everything seemed perfect until I received a group chat message from our close friends. "Are you attending the wedding on August 15th? My heart stopped. I stared at my phone, thinking I had misread it. August 15th? That wasn't our date. Confused and anxious, I called Rashid immediately. "Rashid, did we change our wedding date?" I asked, my voice trembling slightly. "What? No, our wedding is August 20th. Why?" he replied, equally concerned. We immediately called the venue. The response hit me like a lightning bolt. "Ma'am, the venue is fully booked on August 20th. Your wedding is confirmed for August 15th. I froze. Shock, confusion, and betrayal washed over me simultaneously. My meticulously planned dream day had been hijacked. I needed answers, and fast. After digging deeper, the truth came out. It was Sarah. My best friend, the person I trusted the most, had somehow convinced the venue and vendors to move our wedding date 5 days earlier, August 15th. She claimed it was meant to be a fun surprise for everyone, especially me. Her plan was to shock everyone with a wedding I wasn't even prepared for. Initially, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Her intentions might have been innocent, but the consequences were anything but. Our guests, vendors, and all the arrangements were thrown into chaos. I knew I had to stay calm. Rashid and I decided to handle this carefully and strategically. We contacted the caterers and decorators, explaining the situation and requesting that our original date, August 20th, be honored. Fortunately, the venue agreed to accommodate us, but this required rescheduling some vendors and notifying guests who had already been informed of the surprise date. Meanwhile, Sarah pretended nothing was wrong. She started posting on social media about the surprise wedding, tagging mutual friends, and leaving cryptic messages. Some friends began to notice inconsistencies and started whispering. The tension grew every day as I tried to maintain my composure. I realized I couldn't let anger take control. If I reacted impulsively or publicly, it could ruin the entire wedding. I decided to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on betrayal. I double-checked every detail, reconfirmed with every vendor, and carefully navigated every phone call. Rashid was my anchor, supporting me through every stressful moment. While managing the logistics, I couldn't ignore the emotional impact. Sarah had been my confidant, the person I had shared my deepest fears, dreams, and secrets with. How could she do something so reckless? Did she even consider how it would affect me? My mind raced with questions and doubts. At night, I lay awake imagining my wedding day being ruined all because of her surprise. The thought of confronting her terrified me. I loved her like a sister, but betrayal cuts deeper when it comes from someone so close. I realized that holding on to anger would only harm me. I needed a plan, a way to address this situation calmly, assertively, and without turning the wedding into a battlefield. As the days passed, Sarah's surprise wedding rumors began spreading to extended family and colleagues. Some family members started asking me confusing questions. Why is the date suddenly the 15th? Others were frustrated that they had to adjust travel plans. Stress levels skyrocketed. I also had to deal with my mother, who had been involved in every wedding decision. She was furious, insisting that Sarah's interference was unacceptable. I had to mediate between her and Sarah, carefully explaining the plan and calming everyone down. Rashid and I stayed united, ensuring our focus remained on the love and celebration rather than the chaos. Finally, August 20th arrived. The air was filled with excitement, nerves, and anticipation. The venue in Beverly Hills looked stunning, adorned with fresh flowers, fairy lights, and decor that reflected months of planning. Guests started arriving, smiling, laughing, and greeting each other. Sarah was there, as always, but her behavior had shifted slightly. She realized that despite her plan, everything was going perfectly according to our original arrangements. I noticed her anxious glances and subtle signs of regret. Rashid and I prepared in separate suites, the tension mixed with excitement. Every detail came together perfectly: the florist, the caterer, the seating arrangements. Even the weather was ideal, casting a warm golden glow over the ceremony. During the ceremony, as everyone gathered and the atmosphere buzzed with excitement, I decided it was time to address the elephant in the room. I stood for a brief speech, catching everyone's attention. "I want to thank everyone for being here today to celebrate Rashid and me," I began, my voice steady yet filled with emotion. "There's someone here who tried to surprise me in a very unexpected way. My best friend, Sarah, thought it would be exciting to change our wedding date without telling anyone." Gasps rippled through the crowd. I continued, "While her intentions may have been to create fun, the reality is that it caused confusion and a lot of stress. But today, everything has gone perfectly, and I've realized what truly matters is love, patience, and understanding." All eyes turned to Sarah. She looked down, blushing, realizing her actions were publicly acknowledged. I smiled gently at her. "Sarah, I forgive you," I said. "But remember, surprises are wonderful only when they don't hurt others. Let's learn from this and celebrate happiness together." Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes as she whispered, "I'm so sorry." The rest of the day went flawlessly. The ceremony, the vows, the first dance, all moments were magical. Guests laughed, cried, and celebrated with us. Sarah spent the rest of the evening supporting and enjoying the celebration, no longer trying to take control. Rashid held my hand tightly, reminding me that our bond was stronger than any obstacle. Despite the chaos and near disaster, the wedding day turned out more memorable than I had imagined. After the reception, we took a quiet moment in the garden, reflecting on the day. I realized life will always throw unexpected challenges, even from people we trust most. How we handle these challenges defines our peace, relationships, and ultimately, our happiness. Patience and composure are more powerful than anger and revenge. Even when someone close betrays you, staying calm preserves your dignity and the sanctity of important moments. Communication is key. Addressing issues directly and respectfully resolves conflicts more effectively than holding grudges. Forgiveness is liberating. Sarah made a mistake, but acknowledging it and forgiving her allowed everyone to enjoy the wedding without tension. Focus on what matters most. At the end of the day, love and happiness take precedence over chaos. Looking back, I understand why Sarah acted the way she did. Perhaps she thought she was being playful or creative. But this experience taught me about boundaries, trust, and the importance of standing firm when necessary. The wedding was perfect, not because everything went as planned, but because we handled challenges with grace, patience, and love. When the last song played and everyone cheered for us, I knew that no stolen date, no surprise, and no conflict could ever diminish the joy of a day built on love and understanding. Friendship, I realized, is about more than fun moments. It's about lessons, forgiveness, and growth. Despite her mistake, Sarah remained one of those friends. Our wedding became a story people remembered, not for the chaos, but for the love, patience, and forgiveness that defined it. Thanks for watching and subscribe for latest uploads.